Hey folks, Victor here. This week, part 2 of our walk around Cowan Forest. We've just done the trail, of course, up the Molonglo Gorge up to Blue Tiles picnic area, and now we're doing the loop around on the fire trails back down to the car park. Anyway, come along with us. It was a great day. Anyway, hope you enjoy it. Okay, we're going to head out of the picnic area now. As you can see, just here as I'm walking, we are following it. Now, it's up here somewhere because it looks like it goes two ways, but that might be the main track just straight ahead. Anyway, we're about to find out. Now, here's something of interest. This little thing here, this little construction. Once upon a time when this was a thriving picnic area with people driving in here, I'd say that probably had firewood in it. So you could come down and have a barbecue with the family by the river. But alas, no more. The only people that come in here now are people hiking like myself. Anyway, onward and upward. On the map app that I'm using, there were reviews and things like that, and there was mention that there was one fairly steep climb and the rest was fairly easy. I thought they were referring to some of the ones on the river itself, but I'll tell you what, this bad boy's taken it out of me a bit. In these pine forests, this stand's been here a little while, but you can see where the heavy machinery's been heading on through there, thinning out parts of it. I think most of it here is radiata pine, which of course is used for building. Many years ago, when we used to be able to get into this place, we used to be able to get firewood permits from the local government to come in and collect pine that might be laying around on the ground and what have you for fireplaces, as we had a wood fire at home at the time. The reasoning, I think, behind that was that you'd be burning a renewable timber species that's fast growing versus a timber species like hardwood that could take, you know, hundreds of years to grow. And then of course you burn it and it takes hundreds of years to grow back again. But it is an active pine forest. You can see over there, that's been harvested and now reseeded, and it's starting to grow. That one, that stand a bit further on, looks a bit older, but yes, it's certainly a working pine plantation. Oh crikey, things you find out here. Why? Because it's bad luck to walk over money, as my mother used to always say. Anyway, oh, we're getting to the top of this hill finally, thankfully. Now I think it's this way. Let's see. Yeah, it appears that we're on the right trail to head back down. As you can see on there, hopefully, that it's we are continuing on that red line down this hill. You still do have little gum trees trying to grow, but they'll be soon knocked out, I'd say, so they can grow more pine. All these pine cones, look at these. These aren't the worst ones that I've seen out here, but if you're walking along in the bush in there on a windy day, these things would probably knock you on the head and make a bit of damage. The biggest ones out here that we came across were probably, I mean, look at the size of that in my hand. The biggest ones that we come across, they were probably about 2 hand spans high, and they had these real bastard claws that used to hang off them. And we used to reckon that if you're out there on a windy day and one of them hit you, it'd knock you out, but if you happen to look up, it would have taken skin off your face. They were nasty ones, but geez, I tell you what, they burnt well though in the fire. There's something that is good about this app. If I just took a wrong turn, I can actually zoom in on it. And of course it does show me live where I am. So instead of wandering aimlessly up that track there and not knowing where I was going, it corrected me and told me I need to be on this track here. Which I think I've got another hill. Well, this is downhill, but I've got that big hill ahead of me. And I think the car might be down on the other side of that. Well, that's the thought anyway. As I say, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? It's all an adventure, eh? Should have rough old tracked this bit. I mean, look, see that behind me? I don't think I'd like to drive up there. And I'll spin you around, and yeah, look down here, it goes down the hill. And that there's a bit of a 4-wheel drive track, that one. I don't think I'd like to try it in my car. And even if it was a 4-wheel drive, I don't think I'd like to try that in wet weather. But mind you, it is a pretty little creek, this one, at the bottom. And if I shut up for a second, you might be able to hear the frogs. I just thought of something. I've got to get over this. And I think I'll be able to do it on this rock here. Step on the rock. I mean, the boots are waterproof to a point. The point would be where the laces are. But yeah, crikey, this is steep. You can see where the water's washed it away when it's come down the hill. This might be the bit they were talking about, I think. It's a bit how you going. Bloody hell. Mountaineering, anyone? Wow. I might have to go up there. I might just get off the track slightly, I think, because the track's a bit hard to get up. Oh, surprisingly enough, it didn't look too bad from the other side. But I think I've got to be thankful. I think I'm about halfway. At least I got my phone if I have a heart attack. Let's hope not. point of note, people, this track they rate as moderate. Makes me wonder what the extreme one's like. I'm guessing on the extreme one, you have to take your own ropes. Wahee, look at this. We're at the top. Yo, beauty. Oh, wow. I'm glad that's over. We're all the way up the top there. And now we're heading on down. Now you see, that's the good thing about living in this area. I should have actually got it from the top of the hill, but you see, I don't know if you can see there, that's Queanbeyan, of course, there. So again, this is another one of those little spots that I'm taking you to, which is very, very close to town, extremely close to town. So, as a thought, if you're living out of town, you want to move somewhere where you can get back to nature in a lot of ways, Queanbeyan is a good spot to be. And if you live in Queanbeyan, well, maybe you should get out more. There you go, I've said it. Not much else to do with this COVID thing going on. You can get out by yourself, walking around in nature without a mask on. Takes it the same track. The ditch show's going that way. I'll go that way. Now this kind of explains why this part of the track isn't used anymore. There's a tree across it. There's probably been a couple by the look of it that have fallen over this track. So I think by the look of this, again, between the crevices of these hills become creeks, and of course that weakens the pine tree roots, as they're rather shallow. You see that one there looks like it wants to sort of go. You can see this track hasn't been used. I'll show you the other end. It did actually go around the other side there, but I wondered why, but now I know. But you can probably see if I come up here, shivers, and show you the root system on a pine tree is actually quite shallow. See there? Very shallow. So it doesn't take much if the oh, there's another one. If it's very wet underfoot with these things, not much is going to hang on to them, and they're going to topple over, as our friend here did. Anyway, we'll get through here. So, this one actually is quite recent by the feel of that. But anyway, we're through there, and we'll continue on down the down this fire trail. And I'll show you the other end of that when I get down there. I don't know if you can. I don't have a hand. I'm trying to shield the sun with my hand. But there's bugs and everything there in the sunlight down the trail there. That is quite lovely out here. Now I tend to really hate the colder weather. Because usually this time of the year we'd actually be in Thailand for a few weeks. But unfortunately with this COVID thing going on, that isn't going to happen, and I don't think it's going to happen for a while. But I find that the winter with less sunlight, colder, tends to depress me. But I really think that if I'd have come out here when it was hot, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much as where I am today out here. One of the comments that was put on the reviews for this walk was that the river walk was spectacular and this part of the walk was quite boring. But you know what, I'm actually finding this rather, let's say, relaxing, calming. I'm finding this part of the walk rather calming, I must say. Thoroughly enjoying it, and I would highly recommend it. I think I'm going to have to do a few more of these sort of walks. Perhaps just not have them every week for you, because then you'd probably get a bit sick of me walking through the bush just talking to you. But this kangaroo paw prints. So you can see there's been plenty of wildlife out here, but then again, look at this above it. If I'm not wrong, that looks like a horse has been through here too, but not today, of course. It looks like a horseshoe imprint. Yeah. Holy snapping duck poo, Batman. That is the bypass. Look at how steep it is. Wow, I think I'm thankful I didn't walk down that one, but instead I came down that way, up. Yeah, right through that gully, look at that. Might not have taken me as long as walking around, but wouldn't have been as pleasant a walk, I can tell you. But yeah, that's the track that's being used now by the look of it. Hey look, see, someone's been walking through here today. I was saying. But yes, I think this area does get frequented a lot by people, but just not that many today, which is good. It's nice and quiet. Oh, here we go. Fork in the road. I better pull out me thing and find out whether we go down that way. I suspect that's another track that will link up to that track. I'm actually going to take the gamble and go that way, I think. It's not that I'm trying to avoid the gullies and things, but I think it's just more pleasant to walk these ones that are a little bit overgrown, and if there's something over them or what have you. Just hopefully I don't get a pine tree falling down on my head. I was talking earlier about the pine cones, but yeah, I'm worried about the pine trees. There. But look at that, isn't that lovely? And really, the wonders of nature, eh? It's that quiet, all I can hear is the frog. Just take that in, the serenity. It's good, isn't it? Rightio folks, there we have it. We got, hang on, you're going to go dark in a second. That down there's the track we've just been down. This is the main road going through. So we're going to follow this down. I know where I am now. Follow this down to the car park. can see kangaroos and everything. To quote an old Australian movie, the serenity. Serenity everywhere. I think I've just spotted something else a bit interesting. This might look familiar to some of you viewers, or this kind of thing. I'm wondering if this was some form of quarry as well. Yes, you may have seen my White Rocks video. I'll clamber up here. I'll have a look. Well, there you go. There are some diggings there. Mind you, there's some concrete being dumped up here too by the look of it, over there. Things been dug. I can talk English proper. There's some rock that they've dug out, evidently. So we're just coming down now off the hill. You may be able to hear that barking. It's actually the where the ranger lives, just over there, and that'd be his pooches barking because I'm coming down the hill. But as we can see, there's the gate. We're just about done with our little walk. I tell you what, they must have some issues with people trying to get in here. That is one heavy gate, man. Heavy gate and a heavy fence going around it. Wow. So there you have it, folks. Molonglo Gorge, part of Cowan. Oh, hang on. Look at him over there. He's a big fella. Yeah, sorry. As I was going to say, so there you have it. That walk should normally take you only a couple of hours, but because I was stopping and starting and all that sort of thing, it took me closer to 4 with that one. But mind you, I think that even if you just were walking it would take you more than 2 hours. But anyway, as per usual, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so that whenever I bring out wonderful videos like today's effort, you'll know when it happens. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed that. So I had a good day out and about in the sunshine and the fresh air. But yeah, come along with you next time. I'll catch you later. Bye.